All right, so welcome to the team call. It is Thursday, January 22nd, and this is week 7 of the Dream Builders series that we've been doing, where we have 2 coaches join the call, and they will talk about their dreams and what Beachbody has done for them, share a little bit about their story, and then I will give you 3 tips to take away from the call. And so tonight, I really just wanted to share this quote before we get started. Walk with the dreamers, the believers, the courageous, the cheerful, the planners, the doers, the successful people with their heads in the clouds and their feet on the ground. And the reason why I wanted to share that is because I've had a lot of leaders posting in some of our groups talking about how they get so down when it's Thursday, and there are coaches that are going, that have joined the same time as them, but they're advancing further than they are, or their business is more successful, or even just looking at your upline coach and saying, how did they do it? So I want you right now to put the slate clean. We are all starting brand new in 2015. You just need to believe in yourself that you can do anything you want to in this business. You have to believe that you have what it takes to be successful. You have to believe that you are courageous enough. You have to stay positive in this business. And when you join forces with the people that, quote unquote, know it all, you have to remember that no one in this business knows it all. I'm still learning, and I've been in the business for 3.5 years. I still doubt myself sometimes on, am I doing the right way? Am I leading my team in the right direction? Am I doing everything that I can be doing? So remember, no matter what, no matter how far you go in this business, stay true to who you are. And at the end of this call, I'm going to give you some tips on things. We're going to talk about the cup challenge. We're going to talk about, how to be successful in the cup challenge and what things that you can do in the cup challenge to really further your business. And so I'm going to really talk about being true to you and staying grounded no matter what. You can see these successful people, but remember, they're only as successful as their head is letting them be. As if people aren't grounded in their priorities, they're really not successful. They're lonely at the top. So think about, do you want to be successful at the top with your team with you, or do you want to be successful at the top lonely? So keep that in your mind as we go through this call tonight, because we have 2 women that are going to share their dreams, their why with us with Beachbody. I'm going to start with Laura Mitchley. I've never heard either one of these ladies speak, so I'm as excited as everyone else is on this call. So it's going to be a great call. But we're going to start with Laura. She is a diamond coach, and she never gave up, no matter what, in her business. So, Laura, I'm going to have you get on, and if you could just share a little bit of your why, your story, and then go ahead into your dreams with Beachbody and how you're going to reach them.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me? Okay. All right. Well, I am Laura. I have been a coach for just about a year. I actually signed started working the business and went through coach. I started my first challenge about 1.5 years after I had my youngest son. Saw my coach post that she was running a T25 group, and I went, oh, I wonder what that is, and joined that. Became addicted to Shakeology, like most of us, and absolutely addicted to my workouts. And she approached me about coaching, didn't really think it was for me, thought about it for a while. But as it turns out, that school year, I'm a teacher, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I teach 2nd grade. And that school year was a really terrible year for me. And I got about midway through the year, about couple weeks before Christmas, and I had just kind of had enough. And that's when coaching kind of really went, you know, I see all the success of these other coaches that are in my challenge groups with me, and, you know, I'm friends with them now, and I see what they're posting, you know, maybe this is something I can do. And so I chatted with my coach, I chatted with Nikki, I chatted with mine. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it 100%. I want to build a team. I want to be able to leave my job. And that's still a goal of mine. But as I become more and more unhappy with my full-time teaching career, it just drives me to work harder and harder. And as I sat down the beginning of this year and out all of what was really interesting was I started to see that my goals are no longer about me. As I wrote, I don't think any of it's about me, to be perfectly honest. My goals are things like help 6 people become diamond, help 5 people on their fitness journey a month. One of my other goals is to triple the size of my team. My team's Revival, so to triple the size. So things like that, and I know we all know obviously those things do benefit me, but as my journey has become more about my team than it has, and it's been really exciting to watch I'm so happy to see some of your faces on here tonight. I'm glad you're here. So it was just really interesting to see how that kind of worked out as I'm looking at my goals. Another one is to have 10 of my downline with me. And, you know, last year when I was asked to go to Summit, I was like, yeah, you know, it's a lot of money. Like, I don't know if I can convince my husband. It totally changed my perspective on things after that, and it really just changed my whole outlook on the whole business. Because really, when I walked away from Summit, I went, you know what? I can leave my job. I can make this work for me, and I can make this replace what I'm currently doing, plus a bunch. And just being surrounded by so much positivity and so many successful people really drove that home for me. And, you know, you hear people say that all the time. You go to Summit and you go to live events and it changes your outlook on things, but it really, truly did for me. And it made those dreams that, you know, I've always had kind of in the back of my head, but they never really, they seemed like dreams. They didn't seem like some walking away from Summit, you know, and that's what I thought about. And those things were finally possible for me and for my family. So, you know, how I got started in this business. So what else do you want to know, Nikki?
I lost my mouse for a second. I couldn't find it to click on the microphone. So where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
Okay, some of my really big, obviously you've heard me say I'm very unhappy with my job. So match or exceed that income, be able to be a stay-at-home mom. But since I've become so, I've really kind of lost my faith in public education in general. And I really, really, really would like to remove my kids from that. We're not able to afford childcare for the youngest and public or private school tuition for the oldest. Kind of a big thing for me. I really would like to take my kids out of public education, get them into a private school. So that's one of them. Staying home with my and running Beachbody from home is another one. We really don't the only debt we have, aside from my mortgage, is student loans. My husband's student loans. So I would like to get those taken care of as well. And I really want to have a nice cushion college funds. I don't want them to grow up with debt. To get them started on the right foot, as my parents were able, they'd like to be able to do for them as well. So that's kind of, I know that that's further out than 3 to 5 years, but that's kind of big things that I never really thought I'd be able to put $75,000 away for each boy for college educations. But Beachbody's going to get me there, and it's going to be able to do that for me and for Max and Finn. So.
I love it. I love it. So if you were to give everyone on this call one takeaway on what they can do every single day, or what they can do even when times get tough in your business, what would it be?
I think.
Did everyone hear that? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so if you could give everyone on this call one takeaway on what they can do even when times get tough, what would it be?
For me personally, I like to visualize where my end goal is, and I like to think about where I'm going to be in the future, but about to my boys. So that's kind of the one thing that keeps driving me is why is it so important for my kids to be in a private school? Why is it so a debt-free future? It keeps driving me. And then this, but I keep thinking about my downline as well. Like I've got a couple of you on here, and Kayla, who just started her full-time career, how can I help her become a stay-at-home mom when she's ready for that? So kind of those things are the things that keep me going and keep driving me.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura, for sharing. Sure. So next we're going to have Nina get on and share her why, what Beachbody has done for her, and where she sees Beachbody going. Nina is an Emerald coach. She joined, I want to say in like June-ish. She can give us the exact date, but she joined and just went running. She's not my personally sponsored, but she's 2 levels down from me. And she was kind of one of those people that just joined, and then you started seeing her on the leaderboards, and then she was on the leaderboards every single week. And you just kept watching her grow, and I was like, who is this girl? Like, I need to talk to her. So, and I'm really excited that she kind of said, hey, I want to be on this call. I want to talk. So, Nina, when you're ready, you can get on and kind of give us a little bit about your story, and then go into your why and what Beachbody means to you.
There you go. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So my why, or my story, is a little bit different than what I've heard from a lot of you guys. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to come on and share my story, is because I have a feeling that there are a lot of people out there that are like me, that got into being a discount coach, not really understanding anything about the business, but simply just loving Shakeology and wanting a discount. So I never expected to be doing what I'm doing with Beachbody, and that may be a common trend for a lot of you, but I literally had no idea what could happen. So I just wanted to share with you guys how easy it was for me to kind of pick up on the business when I never thought that this was something that I could ever do. So I started Beachbody programs back in June of 2014, and the way that I found out about Beachbody was from one of the moms at our daycare who had recently had a baby around the same time that I did. It was a little over a year prior to that. And she looked amazing. And I was struggling so bad to get the rest of my weight off. And I'm kind of shy. She's kind of shy. We didn't really have a relationship at, daycare. Like we'd say hi and whatever, but that was pretty much it. So one day I was like, I got to find out what she's doing. So I said, hey, can I ask you a personal question? How do you look so awesome after you had Naya? And so she said, well, I've been doing Insanity. And I was like, oh, Insanity. Like I've heard of that. And that was something that to me was just insanity. Like there was no way that someone like me could do something like that. But the more we started talking about it, I was telling her that, well, she knows my husband's story, but you guys don't. So my husband works retail hours, and I know a lot of you work in retail or have worked in retail. So you know how management can be. And he's a general manager at Best Buy here at our local Best Buy. So he works crazy hours. He is the breadwinner in our family. He makes all of the money. I just make an average salary, but he does awesome for our family. So I have 2 little boys, and I work full time, and I love my job, have no intention of, at this point, ever leaving my job. But so I said to Sarah, how can I do a program and make it fit with my schedule? Because most of the time, Brian and I are single parents who live together, but, we're never at home at the same time, or most of the time we're not home at the same time. So she said, well, I love Shaun T. Why don't you give T25 a try? It's 25 minutes. If you can't make it work, whatever. And Sarah wasn't a coach. She was just talking to me as a friend. So the more I thought about it, I was like, I'll give it a try. So I ordered T25. After a few weeks of doing it, I loved it. Loved Shaun T. Loved the 25 minutes. It was working into my schedule. And then I was interested in trying Turbo Fire, and it was on sale that month. The challenge pack was on sale. So I was like, cool, I'm just going to order it. I didn't know I was under a coach, but I didn't know my coach. So I ordered it, tried the Shakeology, loved the Shakeology. And then I started talking to Sarah. I said, hey, of course, not knowing anything about the business, I said, why don't you sign up to be a coach so that I can get this Shakeology? Because she's the one who was selling me on the programs. So I said, why don't you sign up to be a coach, and I'll sign up under you, and we'll do this. And I didn't really know what this was, but we were going to do it together, and we were going to, do great. So I was like, anyway, long story short, she ended up signing up as a coach, and I signed up shortly after she did, within a week or something like that, just to get the discount. And I was doing the T25. I finished up with T25, and I posted a picture of my results on Facebook. As my family and I were headed to Maine for a camping trip for a week. And on that trip, I ended up talking to 8 different people about T5, the 21-day fix, which I had also recently ordered, and just Beachbody in general, and how I was fitting it into my schedule. And I remember my husband looking at me one point going, are we on vacation, or are you gonna talk about Beachbody the whole time? So that was how easy. I just realized I just signed up to get a discount, and all I did was post a picture of my abs and how great I thought my abs looked on Facebook. And I all of a sudden had this whirlwind of people who were interested. And I was like, I think I can do that. I think I can really do this. So that's when I started kicking it into low gear, I guess it is, where I started researching the business and really getting involved in the groups. And September was an awesome month for me, because that's when the 21-day fix challenge pack was on the special for $140. And that's when I really put in the most effort, was starting in September. And it wasn't until November that I really started realizing what I could benefit from being an Emerald coach. So I've kind of been going slow, interested, but I've been kind of teaching myself, because I convinced my personally sponsored coach to be a coach without even her really knowing what I was getting her into. So I kind of find myself coaching her now, because I want her to benefit. And so we still kind of work together, but my drive is just from seeing what I can do without even trying something. So my why, I was telling Nikki today actually, that my why has changed from helping other busy moms get fit to helping other busy moms realize that they can make extra income doing Beachbody without even trying. I am trying, but it's just a lot easier, I think, than a lot of us anticipate it's going to be. But you have to be comfortable. You have to get comfortable with sharing your story. And what I've realized since November is that I've started making enough money to cover the cost of daycare. Which is huge. Daycare is not, you guys who have kids in daycare know it's not cheap. And going back to my husband working in retail and him working odd hours and us basically being married single parents, is that now that our kids are getting older, I've realized that I can help supplement the income. So if he wanted to take a cut in pay, we wouldn't necessarily have to sell our house or get rid of our camper that we love using because we love going camping, or, get vehicles that we don't really want, but it's all we can afford, just so that we can have more time as a family. So my goal isn't necessarily to be a stay-home mom. I might get to that point, but right now my main focus is on giving my family a cushion, so that my husband doesn't feel as financially strapped if he wants to take a different job to spend time with his family. And I didn't realize that until last week. And that's when I said to Nikki, you know what? I want to talk, because I didn't even realize I had this goal until something just clicked with me. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can make this work. I can, find a different routine. If I found a routine as a full-time working mother to get a 25-minute workout a day, which now I found, I can get in 45 minutes a day if I want to do abs and all that kind of stuff. But the point is that you have to want it. And you can't really figure out where you're going until you know what you want. And I didn't know my why and my want has kind of changed as I've gone along. And I love hearing all of your stories, the moms or the dads that want to be home with their kids. And that's awesome. I'm not at the point yet where I have the mindset to stay home full time with my kids. And I see Nikki's posts sometimes and I'm like, see, this is why I could never do it. But so right now I'm just going to stick to my goal of, if Brian isn't ready to leave his job and take a cut in pay, who knows, he may not even have to take a cut in pay. But right now we look for jobs and we're afraid to even have him apply for jobs because he's been not in his position, but he's been with Best Buy for 15 years and this is his comfort zone. And I don't want to push him to do that. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know what, if I am making $2,000 a month, or, right now I'm making almost $1,000 a month, which is covering daycare, which is a huge chunk. But if I'm making double that, then that gives us, all of that is just cushion for him to take that much more of a cut in pay if he were to take another job. If he applies for jobs and doesn't have to take a cut in pay, then who knows what we could do. The sky's the limit. But right now, that's my short-term goal. And Nikki, you asked earlier where we might see ourselves in 3 to 5 years, and that's kind of where I see us is Brian having more time at home with our family, and then from there, my goals might change. But this is something, like I said, that I just started realizing last week, and I was like, this clicks, this works, this is what I want to do, and it's a lot easier than I ever thought it would be, just to share my story. So that's why I asked you if I could share my story, because I just wanted to, I was excited about it. And I was like, I want to do it now. So that's pretty much all I have to say, unless you have any questions.
No, that's awesome. I think you covered a lot. And that's, first off, let me clarify. Being a stay-at-home mom is not as bad as my post may seem. It's just been a very crazy week. And that's why I wanted everyone to get on these calls and talk about their dreams, because everyone's dreams are different. And I don't want people to see my dreams as, I wanted to pay off debt. I want to bring my husband home so that he can spend time with our kids. Like, I can ultimately retire him, but he loves what he does, and he's working 12 to 16 hours this week, like every single day. So, yeah, in the back of my mind, I'm like, why are you not coming home? But he loves what he does, you know? So that's something that for me, it's hard for me to overcome. But even for you, it's like, you just want him to be home more, you know, working retail. I worked retail for many, many years. I know the crazy hours. And when you have a family, it's even crazier. But then there are people that want to completely retire their family and have everyone be at home. So it's great for these calls that everyone can see that everyone's dreams are different. You don't have to have the dream of being completely, you know, everyone at home, working from home, everyone working Beachbody, paying off all of your debt. I mean, which everyone wants to pay off debt, who doesn't? But, you know, it doesn't have to be the same thing. So I'm glad that you shared your story. And I love that you say, you know, it fit for you and you needed something that fit. And I like to always say that facts tell, stories sell. And that's exactly what happened with you. You shared your results, and that's what got you the buzz. You know, that's exactly what it is. No matter what in this business, sharing your results and your progress is key, because people see that the products really work and they really know you. So that's great. I was taking notes. So if you saw me writing stuff, I was taking notes because I love when I hear news stories, to hear kind of tidbits of what they say. And like Nina said, the sky is the limit. And that's what she wants this business to be. You know, she wants to have that cushion, but the sky is the limit with this business. If you want it, you can do it. And that's what I have a lot of coaches that in our downline that always say, you know, I can't reach this goal, or, you know, I missed the date for this goal again, and I just don't know what it is that I need. And it comes down to, do you want it or not? And I think that is a huge thing that needs to like sit in your mind. Do you want it or not? Because I said to one of my coaches today, when I joined as a coach back in 2011, I had to make Beachbody work. I had to. One, I wanted to lose the extra 35 pounds that I had from 18 months prior having my son. And then with me quitting my job, I had to make the financial gains because my husband was pretty much going to kick me out if not, you know, like I had to do those things. Those are things that I had to do in my business and in my life. So I made them work. And now it's kind of, I want to teach my coaches how to make it work, if that makes sense. So thank you both ladies for sharing your stories and your dreams. I really love hearing them because it really helps me to understand, one, it helps me understand you guys a little more. But two, it shows everyone that we all have dreams, no matter how big or how small they are. There are dreams, and that's what, you know, makes this business so wonderful is there are dreams. No one can tell us what our dreams have to be. No one can tell us, you know, how fast we're going to reach those dreams, how slow we're going to take. It's our dream. We can reach them and achieve them as fast or as slow as we want. And that's the glory of this business. So thank you girls for doing that and sharing those with us. So now I'm going to move on to 3 tips that I think are going to be crucial for the Team Cup Challenge. First thing is, if you are not on a team already, get on one. If you have no idea what it is, still get on one. My first Cup Challenge I did was about 8 months after I joined Beachbody. Lindsay Matway, if you know her, she's the founder of Bombshell Dynasty, texted me one day and she said, are you ready to move your business forward? And I was like, yeah, sure. What are you talking about? She goes, I want you on my Cup Challenge. I said, what? I've only been in business 8 months. I'm an Emerald coach. And I thought I was going to die. But I was ready to move forward. You know, I needed this business to work. And at this point I was making maybe $250 a month. If I was lucky. A week, $250 a week, 8 months into the business as an Emerald coach. So that was if I was lucky. That was with sales and with bonus cycles. And so I joined this cup challenge and I said, you know what? I can't let my team down. I have, Lindsay Matway, top dog in the business, as our captain, and I had to pull my weight. So, I pulled my weight. I got the max points for the cup challenge, which I think it was 35. And it was scary, but it made me push. I started as an emerald. I ended the challenge as a diamond coach. I was making $500 a week at this point. So I was making a solid $2,000 a week or a month, just by excelling in 30 days. So from an emerald coach I think I had 4 coaches total when I started, to a diamond coach, which I had to have had at least 12 coaches in my downline. And then a few weeks later, I ended up being a star diamond coach because Melanie was in that cup challenge as well, and she hit diamond while we were in that as well. So these challenges are going to test you. They're going to push you outside of your comfort zone. They're going to make you think, oh, why did I do this? But I'm going to tell you, if you want this business to work, if you want to grow your Beachbody business, a cup challenge is the best way to do it. One, you're going to get on a team with people you probably have never talked to before. That's how I've been kind of pairing up my team, that all of you who have said, hey, I want on a team. I've been pairing you with people that have very strong, strengths, and some of you that have the same weaknesses as their strengths. I'm pairing you up with people that you probably haven't talked to before, because it's going to help push you. One, it's going to help you pull your weight because you are not going to want to let the team down, but it's also going to help you grow as a person and as a leader in this business. So if you're not on a team, if I didn't put you on a team, in the file sections where I've listed all the teams that I've created, ask your upline or post in the team page. I'm going to go through and do one more sweep on Monday, or even maybe tomorrow if I have time. I'm going to do another sweep and check in and, keep adding to teams. I still haven't created my team yet, so I still am looking for 4 people that want to be on a team. But I definitely highly suggest it if you're ready to move your business forward. What better time than with the 21-Day Fix Extreme coming out? 21-Day Fix and Extreme will both be $140 challenge packs in February. Huge business pushers. And so that brings me into step number 2, focus. The number one thing you focus on in a cup challenge is Success Club points. What gets you Success Club points? Challenge packs. And what do you focus on when you're trying to sell a challenge pack? A person, a life. Whose life can you change? So when you're looking at this, this cup challenge, and you're like, oh my gosh, well, I have to get 35 points to max out, or I need to get this many points to make sure that my team gets a prize, or I need to do this. Think of how many lives you're changing with that challenge pack or with those points. So if you look at that as, okay, so a challenge pack is 2 points. Well, that's one person's life you're going to change. As a team, figure out how many points you're going to get together as a team. And then you're going to go from that to have, okay, so if as a team, if you're going to hit 35 points and there's 5 of you, each of you are going to get 7 points. Right there, 7 points, that's at least 3-4 people that you're going to help change their lives. So I want you to focus on that. That is your focus. Lives equal challenge packs equals Success Club points. If you look at it as just points, more than likely those people that you're helping are going to see that. So remember, you want to help lives, you want to help change people and help them get results. Next up, inviting. Inviting is helping change that life and getting that challenge pack. When you're inviting, you want to share your story. Like Nina just said, her results are what got people to come to her. So you want to share your story. You want to share results that you have or you had in the past. Even if it is, a throwback Thursday of results when you first started Beachbody. I lost 35 pounds when I joined. I'm heavier now than I was before, but I have more muscle now. So a lot of times you have to make that comparison. Where was I, after P90X to where am I now? And talk about that. If you've been in this business for a month, share what progress you have so far. And if you don't have progress, you're not doing the part of the 3 vital behaviors of being a product of the product. And I can say that with confidence because these programs work if you work them. So inviting is sharing your results and sharing your story. Why did you join as a coach? What do you want to do? Why should someone come to you instead of someone else that they're friends with that is a Beachbody coach? That's what you need. They need to relate to you. So who is your niche market? Who are you inviting? Next thing is private messaging people. I know it's scary and I know it's hard to do sometimes, but a lot of people don't see your post on your newsfeed, especially if you're adding people daily like you should be. Some of your posts get missed. So you want to make sure you're private messaging people too. Whether it is a forming message, hey, how are you? It's been so long. Or I see that you just had a baby. How old? Or how was your pregnancy? Or I see that you're expecting. How's your pregnancy? Or I see that your son is, playing baseball or hockey or whatever it may be. Anything that you can relate to, anything that you see on Facebook, open up that conversation and start building a relationship with that person. Also, do some cold invites. Hey, I'm starting a fitness group starting February 9th or February 16th that gives people time to order their programs and get them. But say, hey, I'm starting a fitness challenge group on February 9th, and I was going through my friends list, and I thought of you. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? I've sent that message out to probably about 20 people in the past 2 weeks, and I've gotten 2 people committed, fully committed, bought their challenge pack, everything. And there are about 5 or 6 that I'm still making, talking about with them, giving them the information, building that relationship so they know that they can fully commit with me so that I'm going to give them what they are expecting of this challenge group. And another thing that I have listed here is what has Beachbody done for you? So that's part of, you're sharing your story on your Facebook wall and in post and in a blog post. If you are doing a blog, make a video and post it on your wall, on your like page, whatever you have. Share what Beachbody has done for you. You have to share your story so people know what it's doing for you and why they can commit to you. And some people might not even know that you're a coach, that you just post your workout pictures and you post Shakeology stuff. That's what a lot of people think. Oh, okay, they're just posting their workout and they're just posting the Shakeology because they love it. I don't know they're a coach. I'm going to go buy it on, Amazon, or I'm going to go buy it on beachbody.com. Reach out to people. Let people know you're a coach. And if you've never made a public post in the last 30 days that you are a Beachbody coach, how many people have you added to your friends list in the last 30 days that have not seen your story yet? Think about it. If you're adding 3 people a day to your friends list on Facebook, that's 90 people in a month. If you haven't shared your story in 30 days, that's 90 people that have not seen your story. That's 90 people that have not seen that you're a Beachbody coach. That's 90 people that probably didn't scroll back through all of your pictures to see your result pictures from T25 or from 21 Day Fix. Share those things. You want to be sharing those every single month. And you want to start now that we still have 2 weeks left of January. You want to prepare for February. So that means get out the contact list, get out the memory jogger, go through your friends' the friends list on Facebook. Write down in the contact list, who haven't you talked to yet about Beachbody? Who haven't you invited into a challenge? Who was in a challenge that you think would be a great coach? Mark that down on your contact list as you're writing those names down. And when it comes down to who would be a good coach, who would need the discount, don't assume someone needs a discount. But if you're talking to somebody and they say, oh, well, money's tight and I don't think I'd be able to continue the Shakeology, ask them, would they be able to consider, saving $17 a month or $15, I think it comes out to. However, you need to adjust it to their life. Like Nina said, she needed a workout that fit her life, her schedule. There are so many people out there that only have, 25 minutes a day. Let people know that, it will fit into their schedule if they need it to. We have workouts that are 10 minutes, 10-minute trainer, all the way up to an hour, hour and a half. We have programs that will work for any person, any schedule, anything. Our programs are fit to, adjust to other people, whether it's their activity level, the time that they have, their age, if they've had surgeries and they can't do really high intensity, P90. There's a program for everything. So don't sell anyone short. Our programs are here to help people change lives, and we are here to support them and to give them that change that they need. So I am done. Those are my 3 things. Join a cup challenge, no matter what your hesitation is. Throw the hesitation out the door. We're all brand new coaches. We're all starting fresh. We're all learning together. 2, focus. Focus on helping change lives and help your customers, your coaches, your challengers get the results that they're looking for. And invite. Invite is key to this business. If you're not inviting people, you're probably not seeing any results in the business. So those are my 3 tips. I'm going to open the floor to questions. So if you have questions, unmute yourself or type it in the chat box. And I see some people are frozen, so I hope my audio is not out. Okay, you heard me. Good. Okay. So if you have any questions, whether it is about either one of their stories, if it's about the cup challenge, feel free to go ahead and ask questions. Anyone? Anyone? No? All right, I think then we're going to have just an early night. 2 thumbs up because I'm ready to go to bed. All right, so I will talk to you all later. Like I said, if you're not on a cup challenge, or if you posted in the thread that you wanted on a cup challenge and haven't noticed the teams yet, look in the files section in the Team Resurrection page. All of the teams that I created or added people to are in there. There is a list at the bottom of a few people, no captain yet. So I don't know if anyone took them on. But like I said, I still am creating a team. So if those people are still stragglers, they're going to be on my team. But if you are still looking for a team, post in the thread or at the bottom of the file. Yes, Carrie.
I dropped rank, but I'm a lifetime diamond. So I would still have to be on a team as a diamond, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is 1 lifetime diamond rank per team. But you don't have to have a diamond on your team. So you can have, I think Nina is going to be the captain for her team. So she's an emerald, but she doesn't have to have a diamond on her team. So however it works for your team, but it is only 1 diamond lifetime rank coach per team. Yeah, so if you're not on a team and you want to, and I kind of scared you into doing it, then awesome. I'm really excited because that means it's going to grow your business. If I didn't scare you enough to be on a team, come talk to me. But I really, it's one of those things where it makes you nervous, and it kind of made me very sweaty. I get very oh my gosh. And that's how that was when she messaged me and said that. And it was almost like a breath of fresh air, because even though we didn't learn while we were doing this, we got on a 1 phone call just to check in to see how things were going. But I knew that I had to hold my weight. We weren't doing daily assignments. We weren't doing weekly assignments. We were just checking in. We were just posting when we added points. Every week you get at the end of the week, we get a tally of how many points you have. So at the end of the first week, when I didn't have any points, I was like, uh-oh, everyone else has points but me. And actually there was one girl on our team that didn't get any points. But I didn't want to be that girl. So it's a great experience. Even if you are a brand new coach that just signed today or just signed 2 days ago, and you get prizes. Yeah. How awesome is that? Prizes are awesome. And I personally want that 21-day fix extreme sweatshirt, which is tier 3. So whoever is ready to win, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not that scary when it comes to competitions because I could care less. But I just know I know it drives your business. And that's the biggest part of this because it will help you build your confidence as well. So if you have any questions about the Cup Challenge, feel free to message me, message any of the veteran coaches that have done one before. They're not as scary as I'm kind of making it sound. They're fun. They are because it gets you outside of your comfort zone. Nina, yes, son.
How does it affect the people who are doing Rank in the Bank as well as the Cup? Are they both totally separate things? And so it's just super awesome if you're doing them both at the same time? Okay.
Yes. So Rank in the Bank is something I'm personally doing. And then the Cup Challenge is a corporate thing. So yeah, so it's just basically a double whammy. So yeah, if people are in both, then it's just a great business driver. And, with this week being about inviting for the Rank in the Bank, people that are in there, they'll help those who are going to do a Cup Challenge. So yes. All right. Any other questions? Comments? Nope. All righty. Well, I thank you all for jumping on. And again, thank you, Nina and Laura, for sharing your stories. I really do appreciate you ladies. And each one of you that get on every single Thursday, and I see your smiling faces at 9:00 at night when I know you have other things to do or probably sleep, but you're on the calls. And for my West Coasters, I appreciate you. So thank you all for getting on, and I will talk to y'all soon. Good night.